As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above our town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now.
Arif?
You're loud and clear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, Arjun?
Yes, so we open up the tournament today with CS esports versus reported for disruptive gameplay. We did cast a stream between CS esports and Rogue Knights yesterday. For those of you who didn't manage to. We see the Visage banned out from reported for disruptive gameplay, and CS esports banning out the Cotton. Visage is an interesting ban. Not really in the meta right now. We don't see too much of it, yeah, but it could be that it's some sort of a respect ban. We know that Quan Mode plays a bit of Visage himself. They did pick it up in the practice match yesterday as well. They ran it in the off lane, but they did end up winning that match.
Yeah, it was a fun match to watch because the Visage was initially intended to go mid, right?
Viper banned out from CS esports, and I'll play against, definitely. I respect that ban. And Bounty Hunter, another annoying hero. Respect that ban as well.
Yeah, so I think reported
Yeah. CS esports used to ban out the troll warlord and reported for disruptive gameplay banning out the Pugna. Pugna is a pretty disgusting hero to play against right now. It's being run from both positions 4 and 5. One is in mid as well. Lots of sustain coming out from that hero. It's the wise choice to ban it out. Banning out the center, pretty good later. Looking to secure safe lane for their carry. I like this pick. First pick gives Grimstroke good tempo setter, has wave clear, has a silence that could be really annoying, and has catch that goes through BKB. So a lot to offer on this hero. And I like that they choose to open the draft with this.
Hey Arjun, can you hear me now? What do you think about the Grimstroke pickup? Alright.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I really like this Grimstroke pickup. So there's wave clear, there's a BKB piercing disable, there's a silence. Seems to be a very
He's a jack of all trades, yeah.
Exactly. So, and the Inkswell setups. I mean, if you have a hero to set it up with properly, it's a beautiful combo early in the game. Very lethal. Oh, two quick fire picks: the Lich and the Mars.
Or Dire looking to deny the Lich pick themselves.
Yeah, that's true. So Mars is also pretty much in the very strong hero right now in the meta. The arena, fairly low cooldown ultimate ability. Paired with the Lich, you get a couple of heroes trapped in there. With the Lich ult can be pretty deadly. And Mars also benefits from Lich's armor. So it's a nice pickup. A couple of picks to open the draft with. They don't really reveal too much of their draft. These two picks. Let's see what.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Seems
What do you
to be the. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so what do you
Am I
think
clear now?
CS esports would go for over here? We're looking at something that pairs well with the Grimstroke. So some sort of a good Inkswell carrier early in the game, like for the offlane. Maybe Bristleback is still in the pool.
Slardar is still in the pool.
Slardar, Ricky, quite a few picks that CS esports could go for here. Ember Spirit has also been a pretty reasonable lane matchup with the Grimstroke.
Of course. But I'm not sure whether CS Esports runs Ember Spirit on offlane.
They could go for the Timbersaw as well.
Against the Mars, yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
but,
and we saw them pick up the Timbersaw yesterday against Rogue Knights as well. So we know they do run that hero. Oh no, sorry, not yesterday. we saw them run Timsaw against Village Vinyanis a couple of days back. Village Vinyanis did manage to beat them in that sprint though. Undying, interesting. I haven't seen this hero in a while. But what do you think about his pickup?
I kind of understand the logic behind it. So you just throw the tombstone down outside the arena and tomb.
No, but I think if you leave the Snapfire in the draft and into the draft, I think reported for disruptive gameplay just pick up the Snapfire here. They probably ban out a Nyx or a Silencer and then just pick up the Snapfire, and that's an instant answer to your tombstone.
Yeah, it is easily counterable, but you can always play around it, and so on. We'll see what they're going with the draft. I feel like
I think the draft, like, you open with this sort of a position 4 and 5, you don't have enough catch, like right off the bat, right?
Yeah. So they definitely need cores with a lot of catch, but I think they're just going for lane dominators early on. Both Grimstroke and Undying can win lanes pretty easily.
Yeah, but it leaves me a little fearful to see what happens if one of these lanes doesn't go well. So ban out a Juggernaut and pick up the Snapfire. Exactly. So instant counter for the Undying Tombstone.
Yeah, good call there on the Snapfire.
Yeah, I think not banning the Snapfire right after the Undying pick was a mistake. He's an extremely good utility hero right now, and it's a mistake to leave him in the pool for like this far into the game, into the drafting.
And the thing is, Snapfire kind of works in their draft as well, because it does a ton of damage in Masters Arena.
Exactly. Ooh, Gyrocopter. I really like this. I like this pickup a lot. So now you have something. So you have a lot of magic damage coming out early against the Mars as well with this Gyrocopter pickup. You have something that scales really well into the late game, a nice BKB Rapier carrier, farms pretty well, and I think overall a really nice safe lane hero. Now that you know that you're playing against the Mars Snapfire, I think Gyro does pretty well. Yeah, the only issue I see with the hero is that he doesn't really benefit that much from Inkswell, but it's fine though.
They could run him, yeah. They could run him with Undying. They should be fine. Like, my only problem is with picking up Gyro too soon is he can be easily countered by other AG heroes. Ember Spirit is good. Matches up against Gyro. So, yeah.
I think Ember Spirit does set a better mid-game tempo compared to the Gyro, but late game I think Gyro pretty much shreds through Ember Spirit without an issue. And the rockets are a constant threat to the Ember Spirit, because if he does get hit by one of these rockets, he's a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think CS Esports goes for now? I think an offlane pick.
Yeah, they should probably be.
Bristleback is a pretty good pick up here. Necroforce is still in the pool.
I'd still go for something like Slada, who's still in the pool just for the stuns and the lockdown. The armor reduction that he provides is good against Mars as well.
No, but I fear Slada would become a little, like, they need a meat shield right now. They need someone to be a little distracting.
Doom.
So there's your Ember answer.
Yeah.
But
he's a good run in your face hero as well.
No, but the problem I have with this is Doom is a very single target hero, and they don't really have anyone who jumps in and like starts the fight, right? Like Doom, yes, jumps in and casts Doom on a person, but then you'll immediately be followed up with like a Mars Arena, Snapfire Ultimate, Lich Ultimate. You get it. There's so much counter initiation on the side of reported for disruptive gameplay. So I'm just a little worried that CSE Sports lacks team fight. Like they have the Grimstroke Doom combination now, which is nice. You can get the double Doom off, but if they do not manage to land that combo, I think the fight just falls apart for CSE Sports.
Yeah, and they don't have the mobility as well to make it out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like they don't really have a space maker yet. Like if the gyro has a little bit of a bad start, I think like with the draft is currently.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. What are your thoughts on Puck mid for CSE Sports?
It's a good pickup right now. I think it's a very interesting ban from reporters for disruptive gameplay. The Lina ban, of course, synergy with the Grimstroke and the Doom. Puck mid, I like it, but then it's a little too easy to get caught out in searing chains. That's my only issue with the hero. I think I would really like a Dragon Knight mid here. Like they don't really have an answer to a Dragon Knight so far. It could get counterpicked with the last pick, but then I think Dragon Knight answers a bit of the problems with their draft. It offers them a frontliner. It offers them push. Medusa. Interesting. Yes.
That's a really greedy lineup.
No, I kind of like this draft. I like this final pickup. I think in terms of what the Dragon Knight offers as well, like their draft right off the bat lacked a little bit of push, and it lacked like a proper like a hero, a centerpiece hero to play around. And I think both Dragon Knight and Medusa offer that sort of a solution. So unless she gets dumpstered in lane, I think this Medusa is a pretty good pickup here.
My problem with the lineup is when they go into mid game, all the three cores are going to be competing for farm. So unless they pull ahead in the laning stage, it's going to be a tough mid game for CSE Sports.
Yeah. OD. I actually don't like this pick. I think OD doesn't do that well against Medusa in lane right now. But I think it's just up to the way these guys play it, because like OD doesn't like getting. Sorry.
I haven't seen this particular matchup myself, so I really don't know.
Yeah, because once Medusa starts getting a few levels and she's able to start spamming out Mystic Snake, OD either cops a lot of harass from the Mystic Snake when she's walking towards Medusa to Astral Love, or OD is forced to use the Astral Imprisonment defensively. So either way, it's a bad situation for OD to be in. But if the lane is played skillfully and she is able to dodge out the Mystic Snakes, the lane should go pretty well for OD. But I like just for draft. I think reported for disruptive gameplay have a much better they have a well-rounded draft. They have much more team fight and control. So I'm just gonna introduce the players on these heroes right now, really quick. So on the side of CSE Sports, we have Jazz141 on the Medusa. We have Gunman on the Grimstroke, Blaze on the safe lane Gyrocopter, Patience on the Undying, and Con Mode on the Doom. And on the side of reported for disruptive gameplay, we have SSK on the Lich, Fata on the Mars, Spirit God on the Outworld Devourer, Chopper playing the Snapfire, and F My Life playing the Ember Spirit. So they just
I need to.
Yeah, players dealing with a couple of technical issues here. So it's interesting. We're seeing the Snapfire bot with the Mars and the Lich. So it looks like they might be starting off with the tri-lane here. On the side of reported. It's interesting. They might be looking to pressure this Gyrocopter early, make sure that the Gyrocopter has a really bad start. But at the same time, yeah, Undying seems to have a couple of issues still sitting in base. They're bringing the Medusa in for this bounty rune as well to contest this bounty rune. This is pretty interesting. She doesn't really have that much to offer while contesting a bounty rune, but given that there's only the Ember here, they should be able to snag it. So getting things started here.
Who's gonna contest?
Yeah, he probably shouldn't. Probably cop a lot of harass if he does try to contest. So
Mars going in on the Undying and Pot.
Undying, this could be first blood here. He does get off 12 stacks on his DK, and that is first blood for the Mars. Perfect start, and immediately SSK on the Lich, TP is up top to help his Emperor. Mission accomplished with the first blood and the bounty rune. The bottom dire bounty rune has still not been picked up, by the way. So
Yeah.
I don't think the teams really need this extra 50 gold per head. Undying should have a nice time stealing a lot of DK stacks. A little bit of a tussle top lane between the Lich and the Grimstroke. Now this mid lane matchup is going to be really interesting to watch because I think it's a pretty skill-based matchup over here. It's all about the pump fate and the whose spells are off cooldown at what time. So let's see how it goes. Oh, the Grimstroke falling low. This could be a dead Grimstroke, and it will be. Lich picking up the kill on the Grimstroke here. He'll take it, a free kill. But a double wave coming in for this Doom. He should be getting level 2 off of this. Ember Spirit does take a point in this in the Flame Guard early. You don't that often from Ember Spirits nowadays. They choose to avoid the Flame Guard altogether. So it's an interesting pickup. Probably nice to have it against the Grim. Bot lane, Mars falling a little low, but he will get away safely after the rebuke. So lanes do seem a little static for now. I think it will be this way for the next couple of minutes. We won't see any massive tussles.
Yeah, they should be fine. Like bot lane is farm lane. I don't see them being too aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, stun on the Undying. Spear back towards the tower. Tombstone dropped. Oh, Mars getting a little low. Gyrocopter chooses to drive his tower. Stick charges on the Mars. Oh, that's a beautiful kill. Oh, double kill. Well played by Patience.
Nice.
And he salves up and doesn't die for it as well.
Yeah.
Very well played. 16 DK stacks on him at the moment, and he uses that beautifully to his advantage. So that's a nice start for them, bot lane. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So the OD doesn't have the best attack range amongst the mid heroes out there. So he will take damage from this Mystic Stake every time he comes to take a last hit. Like, so it's all up to him dodging those Mystic Stakes and playing it smart. And the other thing is, Medusa also farms stacks much faster or much sooner than the OD. So if she continues stacking this Radiant side camp, she should be able to farm it when she's level like 6 or 7 pretty efficiently. So we can see the Medusa scaling. Oh, top lane, Doom falling a little low, but does make it out fine. But Grimsword might pay for that with his life here, and indeed does. Doom walks back into the lane with both the Ember and Lich. Oh, Centaur stun. Probably makes it out here. Oh, he walks back in. This could be a dead Doom. No sleight of fist out. No, it could still be a dead Doom. Ember chooses not to do anything about it though.
Yeah.
Cancels his style. Oh, cheeky play.
Value
Cheeky play.
in that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
But okay, come on, Doom has 18 and a half regeneration with that Tango running, so he's fine. He doesn't really need the salve. Contest here for the both mid laners going for the Arcane Rune Deny. So that Astral Imprisonment used aggressively on the Medusa here. We see the OD doing fairly well right now. 21-5 to the Medusa, 17-4. Everyone on the side of CS esports is currently doing pretty reasonably well. 19-6 on the Gyro, 18-9 on the Doom. The reported cores having a reasonable time as well. So pretty even matchups all around. 5-minute bounty runes coming up. Our Doom does end up going down top, and oh, what a play! Dodges the fate of both, the stroke of fate as well, and cheeky play from SSK. If you guys didn't notice that, SSK just before getting last hit by the Grimstroke, dropped an Ironwood tree behind him to force the Grimstroke to lose vision. Cheeky play there, and he might also pick up a bounty rune for it. Doesn't go for it here though. Both top bounty runes are still available to be picked up by CS esports.
Grimstroke looking to contest the pole.
Oh,
yeah.
Courier snipe from Chopper on Snapfire. Pretty standard pickup so far. But Lich will be happy with the way his game has gone so far.
Up top.
1-0-1-4 on SSK. Top, Inkswell onto Doom. Stroke of Fate misses again. He hasn't been having too much luck with these Stroke of Fates. There is a Haste Rune top and must be scouted out by Lich right now. He could make a play here mid. No, decides to put a deep ward into the Radiant jungle with this Haste Rune. Bounty Rune is still available, and he walks right past it. He doesn't pick up the Bounty Rune. Why do neither of these teams want this free gold? I don't understand. Grimstroke walks past it again, and he picks it up. At 6 minutes and 45 seconds, a team picks up a Bounty Rune, Arif. Can you believe this? I think report have the vision advantage for sure. They have a nice ward in the Radiant top jungle. Oh, Tussle top. This could be a dead Grim. Yes, it is. Killing spree on the Ember Spirit. He chooses not to die for the Doom. Still level 4 on the Doom compared to the level 6 of the Ember. Now this is what I'm saying about the mid matchup. So Medusa now just continues to keep pushing the wave in and farms the side camp. So she's going to scale much faster than the OD, and OD has a much harder time clearing creep waves under her tower. So I think it's a pretty dead lane. Oh, another kill, top lane. Doom goes down again. He's been having quite the rough game. And the Spirit will take these free kills. 4 kills on him already in 8 minutes.
Yeah, Ember Spirit.
Bot lane pretty static.
The net worth chart. He's at 3.2k net worth along with the Medusa, who is followed at 3k net worth by the OD. So
yeah, an illusion rune on the Medusa. That's a beautiful rune for her. So if you notice that cheeky play again from Medusa, sends the illusions that she picked up to farm OD's side camp, just to be a little bit of a nuisance.
Nice.
Lane. Pretty static lane so far. I think top lane Doom and Grimstroke need to slow down a little bit and try to get a little bit of XP. Once Doom does get his level 6, I think it is a free kill on either the Ember or Lich. But he seems to be playing a little too aggressive and feeding a few kills down there. Taking some stacks for the Medusa here.
Stacks, yeah.
Yeah, Medusa is having a really nice game. She's level 9 right now, and she's halfway through. So it's going to be a force to reckon with. Ember here. They have scouted out the stacks though. Look at that. That ward that Lich placed a few minutes back scouted out the stacks from that were made by Doom and Grimstroke. So they do know these stacks are here, and Ember might be contesting them soon. A couple of creeps for Doom to get his level 6. Does he? Oh, he misses the Centaur Storm.
There's a fight happening at bot as well, I think.
Oh, that was a Hellbear, sorry. Oh, Vanity's Eclipse dropped. The Gyro does end up going down. I think this is a pretty dead Medusa. Unless gets speared up and falling low on mana, rebuked up, and tries to TP as well. So
Yeah.
Medusa down for 30 seconds and no TP when she respawns. Top lane,
Yeah.
Grimstroke just falls to the Ember once again. And bot lane, that's a dead and dying.
Yeah, Amber correctly saying that, you know, he can go on the Grimstroke because they won't have any support keeping in.
True. I think that was a beautiful rotation by the OD. Good use of the first Sanity's Eclipse to capture an outpost, get a triple kill, and secure bounty runes. So Ember on an unstoppable streak as well, feeding on the Doom. Helicopter with the Invis rune has made a rotation up to top lane, but reveals itself on the range trade. Interesting play. So 4K net worth lead for Ember's feeling himself. He's doing really well, isn't he? He's had a really good start, a dream start for any Ember safe lane, with a nice 6 kills under his belt.
Tussle at bot lane.
Arena committed on the Doom, and this snap out as well, and this is a dead Doom. Well, at this point in time in my pubs, I would have been calling to report the Doombringer for feeding, but
Something to know.
yeah, he's just been spawning, TPing, dying. Sorry.
Yeah, Dai is already on a 5K network lead, and it's just 12 minutes in.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dire for the Radiant, if you catch my wind.
Good one there.
Yeah, so Mars looking to build straight into the Blink Dagger to offer this sort of initiation potential for the OD and Ember to follow up on. I think that's a right pickup here, especially paired up with the Snapfire, who can dish out a lot of damage with the Bottomless Kisses. The double damage hunting for a kill here, but I think he was spotted out by that Radiant Observer ward on the cliffs there.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
nothing
have
will
a
come
couple
of
of
it.
really good wards themselves in Radiant's jungle.
Yeah. That
I'm hoping it pays off for them because it's very hard to get wards down in that area.
Doom.
Mid.
He does have Doom up though. Mars looking to set up for the arena. It's a little low on mana, but does have the spring. Undying is level 6 as well. 3 points into the will be a little bit of a pain to deal with. Lich. Ember Revenant in. Grimstroke ultimate and the silence on the Mars and the Ember. Double Doom goes out on the Ember and the Mars. This is turning out to be a really good fight for CS Esports. Taking out 3 and losing none. Beautiful execution of the combo by CS Esports, and this is exactly what they needed at this point in time of the game. This is how they come back.
Ember jumping in with just a blade mail was a big misplay in my opinion.
Exactly. I think got a little overconfident and ended up feeding his unstoppable streak to the Grimstroke. So a good influx of gold for after that chain feed. Calculated feed, I guess.
So that's a worth loss of what, 2k So much needed network gain as well for the Radiant.
Yeah. Yasha picked up by the Medusa, followed by a Morbid Mask. He might build that into a Mask of Madness. It is a pretty good pick on the Medusa. Helps him farm quite fast. OD building straight in the Aghanim cycle after the Tranquil Boots will be a pretty important item timing for the Dire side. But here's the problem with CS Esports Draft though. Now they don't have Duma, so the threat of that combo is gone, and now Reported have Arena, they have everything up, and they just push. What are you going to do about it?
And you can
So
see
that's
how Mass is walking in aggressively with the Lich Frost Shield on him.
Yeah, that's true. They know that that CS Esports don't have any spells or spells available to throw at them, so they just posture themselves super aggressively. Ember making a play on the Doom. Cookie does miss, but Chains connects, and OD is here. Doesn't hit him with the orb. No, that's a dead Doom. Oh, does hit the Centaur stun, but yes, it's a pretty dead Doom. I feel bad for this Doom. I know. He's been trying to create as much space as he can. Now Maz will catch up Grimstroke here. It's probably a dead Grimstroke. Oh, misses the spear. Misses the spear and gets stunned up.
He'll go for it.
Yeah, I think he's dead. But no TP reactions in as well. So it's a full 5-man rotation by Reported, and it looks like they are looking to force down this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, Gyro up top might look to get a trade onto this tier 1 tower. He's building phase boots straight into the BKB, the giant.
Interesting.
Doom out of Ember. This could be an important kill. Lich King coming in trying to save, but I think he's dead. Yes, and
Ember was just
the aggressive positioning of the Ember. Exactly, it's being punished for that aggressive positioning. But again, he just respawns and he can put again. But this time they don't have Doom. So I guess that's the strategy.
To run with it.
Oh, meanwhile, there is a. And then take it straight back away from you, like 30 seconds later. Like.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But Medusa, free farming right now, is topping the net worth chart. Chooses to pick up a Crystallis right after the Yasha doesn't build into the Manta right away. Interesting pickup. Ads is flying out to the OD on his courier. So they will be looking to take a fight after based on this item timing here reported. Spirit God will be feeling
on Doom again.
very strong.
Doom makes it out at bottom.
Yeah,
I was hoping Doom would die there again. They got a good.
Oh no. I feel bad for this guy. I feel bad for this guy. Like with chance. He's building into the drums. Really good item this patch, I feel. Especially with the Gyro and Medusa on Doom's lineup. They benefit a lot from the bonus attack speed.
Yeah.
So and it provides them a little bit extra.
Sorry.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So now that Dire has taken almost all tier 1s, what do you think their objective should be?
I think they should set up for the Roche, but unfortunately, I don't think Dire really have a good Roche lineup. So they don't even have a medallion up on any of the Dire side right now. But I think their next objective should be to force down probably the top tier 1 and the mid tier 2. Right off this Aghanims on the Doom on the OD and the Mars Arena. They have all of their ultimates up, and they should not be giving the Shadow and Medusa any space because they will be a threat. And as you can see now, they have smoked up, trying to force out this tier 1 tower, trying to see if any spells are committed on the OD over here. Snapfight does to get a D word. I think CS Esports will will give this tier 1 tower up. But we are seeing a TP. Medusa cancelled immediately. Yeah, I don't see it this side. Probably if they try to force something more, like the Roche or the tier 2, then CS esports chooses to fight. They are positioning here. Tombstone goes up on the high ground. And double boom on the Ember and Mars again, and they melt. 2 heroes out of the fight. The chase continues. Lich is down as well. TP out from the Snapfire. The chase is on for the OD. Silenced up. Stroke of Pig misses. And this looks like a dead OD. What a fight for CS esports, and the net worth is straight back even.
The Grim
Landing their combos perfectly.
Seriously, yeah, he's landing some really good ultimates.
His targets have been the Ember and the Mars, and he's been latching them together every fight, like 2 fights in a row, and getting the double doom off as well. And those are just 2 dead heroes right off the bat. The only way you save these heroes is if the OD comes and astrals both of them. But then he was being zoned off as well by Gyro. So it was a really well taken fight from CS esports. I really like the way they positioned themselves for the fight with the tombstone on the cliff. Really well played. So we're back at even rounds for this game. And I think as the game goes longer, reported have a reason for concern, because both the Gyro as well as the Medusa scale really well into the late game. But I don't see this OD or Mars scaling as well. The MPS does scale, but all it takes is 1 silence from the Grimstroke to kill this Ember, or 1 Doom. So he's always susceptible to this sort of being caught out. So Medusa is feeling ahead in terms of net worth. What are my thoughts on? Sorry.
The Medusa rushing a Chrysalis before the Manta.
So I think they wanted to take a quick team fight and sort of pull the momentum back towards their favor. So Chrysalis just pumps out a little bit extra damage, and I think that was the right call, because they did end up winning that last team fight off of this damage from the Medusa. Mm-hmm. So, like personally, I would have preferred to get the Manta. So Manta on the Medusa is more of a farming item than a fighting item, because you just like use your Manta, start pushing out waves with the illusion. So I think the call from CSE was to take a fight right now and then farm off the space from this one fight, which is why the Medusa probably chose to build a Crystallis. A reasonable call, I'd say. It did work out. She finished Manta right after that fight got over.
Yeah. So
we're seeing the problem I see right now is reported. They're not playing on these cooldowns of CS esports. So I would have expected reported to respawn and immediately try to take a fight off of top lane. Interesting. Right besides the Mars. Spear not on target. But yeah, so once this Grimstroke ultimate was used and the Doom was used, I would have expected CS reported to respawn, smoke up, and try to take a fight because the Doom was down. But they decided to just farm in their jungle, and this is what I have a problem with, because now they can't take this fight anymore. They can't force an objective anymore because Doom is back up and Grimstroke ult is back up, and they're susceptible to the same combo. So you have this super glass cannon build on the Ember right now with Desolator Blade Mail. He has queued up the Lincoln right now, but it's a long way away, and he's always prone to getting
gone for at least use. Yeah. This is gonna. It's a tough game.
And the way he's been positioning himself in these fights, he's been positioning himself super aggressively without even one defensive item. Yeah. I think he's relying on the OD to save him with Astral if he gets gone on, and it hasn't happened so far. So maybe if the OD is in a better position in the next fight, and we could see this working out. But let's see how it pans out. They do see a few heroes under this dire observer one. The Undying might get gone on by the Ember. Searing Chains misses.
No,
But
so
this
watch
watch,
as soon as the steering chain misses, yeah.
yeah, so this watch should get dewarded by CS esports very soon. So yeah, pretty interesting position. They're trying to take control. Reporter are trying to take control of the Radiant jungle right now, and choke out a bit of their farm and force a fight. But it looks like TSC Sports are just happy and creeps on the other side of the map. Will be 2-for-2 bounty trade-off.
Arms for the dead.
I like how
I think
yeah, I
Sorry?
like how they have complete information about Dyer's movement.
Yeah, that's true, and they've been positioned very well. And to be honest, the smoke coming out from CS Esports right now. It looks like there is an 8 lens complete on the Grimstroke and a blink complete on the Doom. So this is their go time. Gyrocopter has his BKB up. He's building straight into Satanic. He has the Reaper for it as well. Pretty strong on CS Esports right now. The smoke does break on the fire there, so nothing comes of it.
Undying went up.
Yeah, pretty aggressive position given that he doesn't even have a stun on him. So I think he's just trying to bait out some spells from Reported. Just like a couple of yeah. So both teams happy to just keep farming right now. There is the 4-star complete on the OD. She does have an enchanted quiver on her. In terms of neutral items, let's have a look. There's a Titan Sliver of Medusa. It's really good. Space resistance against this Astral Imprisonment, against the Mars Spear, Sinister Gaze, all of these spells. Cookie, really useful for the Medusa. There is a back brace on Gyrocopter, always beneficial and extra agility. And that with an essence ring, survivability, and a cranky coat on the Doom that solves his armor problems. He's at 20 armor right now.
Yeah,
Smoke up from Reported.
Yeah, so I'd say the Grimstroke is a low-key game winner over there.
Yeah, like he's pretty much a sniper right now, just sitting back, and he's almost always guaranteed to catch out the Ember at this point. I'd be happy to farm on this side of the map if I was Radiant, because I'm closer to the rope pit, which is the next probably logical objective for both of these teams. So, what do you think about this Gyrocopter build? BKB into Satanic, with absolutely no damage.
Taking a lot of damage. Yeah, he really needs to get an item to do damage. In fact.
I think these guys just got on the Discord. Doom started feeding, and he was like, "Guys, we need a tank. I'm just gonna build a Satanic BKB and stand in front of this tank."
I can see that happening. But yeah, I'd say he hasn't died a lot in fights, and if that is what he's going for, he's accomplishing his goals.
Yeah, that's true. And I think this build right now, so you build a Satanic into probably a Sanjanyasha and go straight into a Rapier. So that's like you're pretty unkillable at that point in time. So we saw that build from Sumail like a couple of weeks back in the OG vs Secret game, where he built Satanic, Heart of Tarask, and 3 Divine Rapiers, and he was just unkillable on the Gyrocopter. So we could see a Divine Rapier picked up next from him. Let's see if he decides to queue it up. Smoke again from CS Esports. They're looking to catch out the Mars here. Doom does spot him out. Blinks back up to the high ground. Doom blinks into the high ground. BKB's up. Doesn't use Doom. Arena committed on BKB Doom. So PP cancelled. Doom still being held on to her. I guess he's waiting for the Grimstroke out, and this fight fizzles into nothing. Oh, Doom used on the has managed to catch out the Ember here. He is chasing, and there is a defensive 4-star from the OD and an astral imprisonment of the Doom. So this is a wasted Doom. Medusa positioning super aggressively onto the OD. Astral imprisonment deletes the Undying and the Grimstroke. Lich Ult comes out on 2 BKB targets. And this Snapfire ult raining down onto the Medusa and Doom. Doom ends up going down. Hurricane Pike onto the Medusa, and she is melting to these OD right clicks. Gyrocopter with his Reaver gets a TP off.
Oh, the cookie was so
What a terrible fight for CS esports.
I felt like
I think that-
they had the Dire on the run, but they messed up with the Medusa running in like that. And
No,
what
it was
Dire-
beautifully baited out by reported. Like, I think, that's what I was telling you about. So if the OD is in a position to astral the Ember and save him, then that's a 1 fight for reported. So I think the Ember was running towards the OD knowing that he was going to get saved, and he baited out all of these heroes to chase him because he was doomed. And that was beautifully played by reported. Really intelligent plays. So an overcommitment on the part of CS esports. I think you need to lead with the Grimstroke ultimate. You cannot lead with this.
Yeah.
You cannot lead with the Doom. Yeah. So you saw right there because it was some sort of a follow-up sort of play. The Grimstroke and Undying just got deleted there without dropping their spells. Oh, gets chained up, hasted up on the Ember Spirit, and this should be a very dead Undying. No, he does manage to survive on with the Essence Ring.
Coming in from his team, so
Indeed. There is Linking Spirit on the Ember now, so a little bit more elusive on this man. Dodges the rocket with the sleight of fist. Well played, well played. So it's going to be hard to land this combo onto this Ember Spirit now. So he has a Lincoln Spear up on him, and he has the Astral Saves plus a 4-star on the OD. There is also a Glimmer Cape on this Lich, and a Glimmer Cape and a 4-star on the Snapfire. So a lot of save, a lot of counter initiation, a lot of disengaged from reported right now, and Ember Spirit can position himself a little bit more aggressively in these fights, knowing that his team is there behind him to save. On the Radiant side, just a mech on this Undying. No 4-stars, no glimmers. We don't see any of the defensive pickups from the supports. So, could be an issue if one of their cores does get caught out.
Yeah. Once I feel like if
Neither of these teams.
Yeah, I feel like if Radiant is in a fight, they have to full commit. Like once the spells go on cooldown, to get an advantage. Otherwise, they end up losing the next 2 minutes.
True. OD picks up a kill on the Undying during his farming rotation of these new camps. I think. What do you think the next objective is for these teams right now? It does seem to be the Roshan, but neither team really takes Roshan really quickly. So I don't see either of them.
BKB.
Could be definitely.
And yeah, once they get that going for them, they should be able to take a fight easily.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on Radiant, do you think they have any items coming up? Anything?
Oh, look at that! Click on the gyro, my friend.
Oh,
He
he
has
has
the
the divine queued up.
He has the divine. That is the build he was going for. Satanic straight into the divine rapier. And I think as he is responding after my Gyro finishes his divine dagger. So there is a Skadi being queued up on the Medusa as well. So that's a really good pickup against. I mean, it's a good stat item for the Medusa. Does provide the regeneration debuff as well right now with this new patch. So super value item on her. She also does have the BKB. You don't see Medusas picking up BKBs very often, but against this Aghanim Outworld Devourer, I think it's a necessary pickup. So pretty strong as well. Yeah, looking to catch out this Gyrocopter. He was... Oh, he does manage to get away unscathed. Unless he goes for these creeps here. Oh, is this... No, I don't... Speared up. He does have a BKB. Yes, he does BKB up. And turns straight back out. With the BKB, looking to disengage now. Medusa commits in with the Stone Gaze, but nothing comes off it. And with just the Mars, with Mars's out, Lich is out, and Sanity's Eclipse was dropped there. I don't know. Sanity's Eclipse is just coming off cooldown, so it might look to force this tier 2 tower here on the side of Important. Oh, Grimstroke gets deleted there. He does get the ult off on the Mars, but Mars is alone. Doesn't reach onto anyone else. Gyrocopter's BKB is down, so Reported will be looking to take a fight. 15 seconds with Mars and come back off cooldown. So, gets the spear back on the Gyrocopter, but fails. And the Spirit being a pain here to this Medusa with Sleight of Fist. Fortification coming out from Radiant. So a Lincoln Spear queued up on the Outworld Devourer as well. So it's going to be much harder for CSE Esports to land this Grimstroke Doom combo. So that's the Demon Edge purchased on the Gyrocopter. Oh, BKB popped. That's really early BKB usage. Maybe some Stone Gaze goes out and they look to jump into this fight. And Snapfire down. Mars Arena committed. Beautiful Mars Arena on the 3 people. Will manage to get out. Searing Chains keeps a couple of people in place. And that's a good disengage, I feel, for a couple of KB usage, big ultimates used. But important thing to note, Doom wasn't committed to that fight. So if I was reported, they just walk into Roche Pit off of that. They know Arena is down. And I'm not sure if this is the right call. Neither Gyro nor the Medusa have BKBs up. But
on the Dire side, they don't have anything to contest them. And I don't think they know that.
The TPs are coming in right now, so I'm pretty sure they're aware. 10 seconds for the Mars Arena. They are positioning to contest it, but it's too late. Gyro picks up the Aegis. Pretty free road for them, and they will be happy about it. This Gyrocopter is going to be a monster really soon. Once this Divine Rapier is picked up, it's going to be really hard to contest this hero. He's about 1,800 gold away from it, so he should have it pretty soon, probably the next 4 to 5 minutes max. And he's looking for Daedalus on the Ember Spirit. Interesting. He's going for more damage. He knows his team has a lot of saves. Smoke up from Reported. They are looking to fight into this Aegis. I don't know if this is the right call though. But Ember Remnants in. That's a deleted Grimstroke. Arena and Snapfire out onto the Medusa. Does manage to get up the BKB. Looks to re-engage here. Move onto the Ember. Gets him out of the fight. Mars BKB'd up and getting chased down by these swords. Medusa has 0 mana to work with here. Gyro gets speared up, and fair trade buyback coming out from the Grimstroke. But that was a wasted doom on the Ember Spirit. He does get salved up, and they look to re-engage straight away. So I take that as a win for Reported. They got the doom to be committed.
Played Radiant over there. There was really good plays on their part.
Definitely. I think CS Esports really need to invest some money into an item to save one of these heroes, like a Glimmer Cape, a 4-star, something on the side. Like all of these save items from Reported are definitely within the game at this point. Like the sort of ability to disengage from the fight as they please is proving to be super value for Reported Esports. Now, Fata is a 7-second BKB. Daedalus should be up. Prince's Knife for the gyrocopter. Ouch. That is.
It was the 40-minute mark, and as soon as it hit, we got 2 items for Radiant.
And he is 100 gold from his Divine Rapier. Leveler drop for the Medusa. It'll be interesting to see who picks that up. It probably will be the gyrocopter who takes the Leveler, and Prince's Knife probably goes in someone else. So he has enough money for his Divine Rapier, the gyrocopter. He still has the Aegis. So they are looking to escort their gyrocopter towards. Oh, Marcelina committed onto the Medusa. Medusa melts before she can get her BKB off. Grimstroke has managed to leash 2 of the heroes. Ember Spirit does get thrown up. Comes back out. There's still no Doom available for 10 seconds. And disengage after the Medusa kill. I think this game is being played really beautifully by Reported.
Yeah, the Ember Spirit recognized that the Grimstroke is a problem, and he just jumps him. They get every fight.
No, I think last fight they just blew up the Medusa. They blew up Medusa from 100-0 before the Medusa could get even her BKB off.
Yeah, no. While the Medusa was being focused up top, the
Gyrocopter's courier is returning with his Sacred Relic, by the way, from the Dire Secret shop. So they will be looking to engage right after the courier gets delivered. Pause from the Gyrocopter here.
They could get the next fight by factor of surprise, just because Daya doesn't know that he has a Divine Rapier.
He has the Rapier. I mean, they should have realized that he's close to it by now. So Aegis still up on the gyro with this Rapier.
It should be timing out
There is
about 30 seconds.
Oh, Centaur Storm onto the Ember, and Doom gets committed as well. He gets Astral up, is Doom, 4 staff away, and they look to disengage. But the chase coming out from. Oh my god. So you just cancelled out a 130-second cooldown ability with a 4 staff. So good job on that, Reported. Good job. So they actually look to go all in for that fight, but weren't able to catch out these heroes.
They committed Tombstone as well.
He has Axe up, he has the Rapier up on the gyro, and looking to build into the Aghanim Scepter here. He just has time out, and this might be the window for Reported to close this game out.
Interestingly, Ember Spirit has the Minotaur Horn that gives him an extra 2 seconds of spell immunity.
Yeah,
and he becomes Prince's Knife as well. I think that's a huge item.
Really good item on the OD. Does he choose the Prince's Knife or swap or stay with the Enchanted Quiver here? We'll have to see. Trusty Shovel on the Lich. It's one of my favorite items to get from neutrals.
Oh,
Feels really good to have that as a support.
Yeah. Snapper has it.
So-
This game, who do you think should take the flicker on Dire side?
I think it goes on. It goes on the Doom, to be fair. Sorry, the Dire side. Oh my, the Mars. Sorry. I think Mars is the one jumping into fights. Mars or the Ember, to be fair, because they're the ones who are positioning themselves really aggressively. But there is a lot of save for the Ember, and I don't think they want to commit that much save onto the Mars. So maybe the Mars keeps the flicker to try and save himself. But if I was CS esports, I need to take this OD out of the fight. So right now, my Doom target has to switch from this Ember. They're trying to Doom this Ember every fight, which I think is a mistake. They need to Doom the OD. Because it doesn't matter who you, if you don't Doom the OD is just going to Astral and save whoever you do.
Yeah, and he X the Medusa as well in fight.
Exactly. So you need to Doom the OD and try to remove this OD from fights. It's okay if you don't kill the OD, just Doom the OD and make the OD run away and kill everyone else. Like that should be your objective.
Just to go over hero net worth, Ember and OD are at the top of the table, followed by Medusa, Gyro, and Doom. So Radiant aren't doing too bad, but still Dire has the work leader.
It's interesting that this Doom is caught up with the Gyro and Medusa. So
It's
tactical
a
feat
goal,
indeed.
man. No, it's a Devour goal.
Yeah. But he is 0-6 and 9 on the Doom. He was a little bad though.
And Doom took the 15 level 150 Devour bonus goal as well. So
Yes. But finally, a save item coming out on CS esports. The Grimstroke has a Glimmer Cake now, and I'm looking to build into this Guardian Greaves, which is reasonably good.
Doom picked up Halberd as well, which is a good answer for the OD.
Just if I think it's probably the stream where the viewers can see the items on Mars. I'm not sure what the glitch is.
Items on Mars, you say? Right.
I cannot see the rest of the heroes items. I'm not sure what the problem is.
That must be.
Yes.
That must be like a Dota glitch, and no.
Probably. But yes, so leveler stays on the Medusa. Do you think they should put the leveler on Gyro for the attack speed with the rapier?
Leveler on the Gyro. Does he really benefit from the attack speed
Yeah, he does.
more than the Medusa?
I mean, with the rapier, definitely, I feel. I mean, see, it's like, the way I look at it, he has a Titan's level, and the Titan, like, if you get gone on as a Gyro, like, I mean, you already have the status resistance from the Satanic, so it's a little bit of additional status resistance that the Titan's level gives you. I don't see it as beneficial as like when you compare it to this hyperstone level attack speed that you get from the leveler, right?
So how I see it is damage. So the damage that he gets increase because of the attack speed, but then he is limited by his flat cannon, right? He only has a certain number of shots.
Sorry, just a second. Free Roshan for reported right now, uncontested by CS esports. They do seem to be aware of this rule, so they have been picking it out. But and Aegis goes on the OD. That's the right call from reported. They need to keep this OD alive, and OD keeps everyone else alive. I think that's their strategy.
An aggressive movement coming up.
He's played. Yeah, with this Aegis, they can look to force down this tier 3 tower. level 26 on the OD. Does take the plus 2% astral orb damage. Hits like a trap on this hero. Full assault completed on the Mars as well. They melt through these. Down, Doom gets reflected with the Lotus Orb. We have a Doom here, folks. And Medusa walking into this fight, Gyro's still positioning himself behind. Does manage to bring down the Mars. OD gets Doom gated. He's getting slowed by this. He's getting slowed by this. Sanity slowing down. OD dropping low. Astral's is coming out from this gyro. Oh my word. They clean up the rest of CS esports, but do not manage to take down the Medusa or the gyro. And more importantly, they keep the Aegis on the
I'm surprised they left the OD there.
She dropped down to very low HP and then managed to get the astral embrizzlement off on herself. And,
Twice.
Stayed alive. Yeah. So good fight there. So buyback did come out of the Mars, jump straight back into this fight. They're looking for the spirit doesn't connect. OD takes some free hits off on the Medusa though. Medusa falling really low. They are looking to engage on this OD. Does get rocketed up. Reflected off the Lotus Orb. Gyrocopter will get stunned by this rocket. And speared up Doom, look, that's a dive back on the Doom. OD doing a lot of damage, 18 stack on her right now. 4 staff away, still has the Aegis. Medusa pops the BKB and the Stone Gaze. Looking to chase here. He astrals herself up, but no chase coming through. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter sitting at the fountain, not looking to contest this fight at the moment. So there are no buybacks available on all 3 of these heroes from CS esports, and this could be full mega. They are going on the Gyro. Gyro's falling really low. This could be a dead Gyro, and there's a Divine Rapier on the... Does it get picked up? It gets picked up by the Medusa, but she doesn't benefit from the attack damage of the Divine Rapier. Gyrocopter buying back right now, trying to come back for his Rapier. They do disengage. Ember Spirit looking to go for this Medusa. Blade Mail. Oh my! Medusa escapes of 40 HP there. 40 HP and 0 mana.
Saves the Divine.
Divine is back in the fountain. Gyrocopter still hasn't picked it back up, but the OD is just melting through this gyro. He doesn't care about this Divine Rapier. He doesn't give a damn. The Spirit poking at the last remaining tier 3 tower. But 26k net worth advantage for Report right now. I don't see CS esports coming back out of this. Reflected the cheeky Lotus Orb on Gyro's rocket coming back to bite him. And the most surprising part out of all of that is that OD still has his Aegis. So they can
also want to know
push this down again.
Yeah, after the whole fight, Ember had 11k gold, just plain gold with him. Yeah, and he just straight out bought an item from the shop.
Yeah, he's queued up the Satanic right now. OD has a Asgard in the backpack. Like that's when you know you're rich. When you choose to put a 5,000 gold item in your backpack. So, there you go. Ghost Scepter and a Blink Dagger on the Lich. So more positioning, more save for him, and a full Bloodthorn on the Ember Spirit. So making full advantage of this massive network lead here. And they will be poking at this final lane of Brags. Got up on the Doom. Oh, gets noticed. Doom gets noticed again, and double Astral Imprisonment to save both of the Doom targets here from the OD. But 4-star up on the Ember. Ember is getting really low and does end up going down to the Medusa. Immediate buyback from the Ember and comes straight back into the fight. They are looking to commit here. You know the Doom is on cooldown. OD does get stunned up in the back line. Hexed up Doombringer will get chased down by the OD. Medusa gets caught out by this Lich King and they are looking to converge on this Medusa here. He does have buyback, but the only save item on the side of CS esports, the Glimmer Cape, coming in handy. No sentry from reported, and this looks like it's going to be Mega Trips or two-man setup.
Oh, nice.
The Undying does get hexed up and deleted. There's a Doom goes down as well without buyback. Gyro drops the Rapier for a second time, and that's a dead Windstorm as buyback. The Rapier does get picked up by the Ember Spirit, and there's a 40k network advantage. This should be GG. The Medusa does a buyback, but I don't see the Medusa really defending against these dire heroes. That's the buyback. BKB hit a few people, but GG still not being called out here. Lich blinking into this, and that's a deleted Medusa. So, some of the Tamil Nadu Dota League being taken up by reported for Disruptive. Executed draft, very, very well played by their entire